gonna take you by the hand and lay you down on a bed of roses.
Bed of roses, bed of roses, marriage pot. Life with the same person can become messy, still, predictable, and sometimes just boring. Do you want to learn how to spice up your relationship, bring the laughter back, and make it fresh as if you just started dating? Then join your host, Lady Doreen Kattah, this and every Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. on Bed of Roses as it streams live on GN Radio, Sky TV 0185, Astra TV, Eurobed, Facebook Live, and GN on TuneIn. For many waters cannot quench love, nor can the waters drown it. So set me as a seal upon your heart. Join us on Bed of Roses.
On a bed of roses.
Oh yes, I will lay you down on the bed of roses. It's time for us to lay the bed. Somebody, are you ready this evening? I just want you to get yourself ready as we are going to enter into a discussion that will help you so much. This evening, you have Lady Doreen Kattah on the line this morning, and somebody, I am just ready. The bed has been laid, the curtain has been lifted up. All you need to do is pick a phone and call a friend to tune in into GN Radio right now. I mean right now, and let us roll. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be informative. Somebody, you are going to enjoy yourself. You need to spice up your relationship. The hour is now. The moment is now. I am waiting for you to connect to someone and let us do it together this morning. This evening is going to be very spicy. It's going to be enjoyable and it's going to be very spicy.
past, God? Is it fast enough so you can fly?
Can the tide of food and drink packaging pollution
On a bed of roses.
Bed of roses, bed of roses, marriage pot. Life for the same person can become messy, stale, predictable, and sometimes just boring. Do you want to learn how to spice up your relationship, bring the laughter back, and make it fresh as if you just started dating? Then join your host, Lady Doreen Kattah, this and every Friday from 8 to 10 p.m. on Bed of Roses as it streams live on GN Radio, Sky TV 0185, Astra TV, Eurobed, Facebook Live, and GN on TuneIn. For many waters cannot quench love, nor can the waters drown it. So set me as a seal upon your heart. Join us on Bed of Roses.
On a bed of roses. Oh, yes, I will lay you down on the bed of roses. The bed has been laid, the curtain has been lifted up. What do we have this evening? Somebody, you are just going to spice yourself up. Tonight is going to be a very good edition, a time to discuss, a time to learn, a time for you to know what you ought to do. What are we talking about tonight? We are talking about affection in relationship. There's so much going on. People don't know how to show affection these days, but we are going to share. We are going to share ideas. We are going to discuss. You are going to learn. And tonight, I want you to call a friend, to tune into GN Radio right now. I mean now. We are starting now. And I believe that somebody, you are ready. I can see some of you on the line. I'm going to acknowledge you now. And then by the time this song is done, somebody, you have finished sharing and we are entering straight into the discussion. What is your view concerning affection? What do you think one should do? How can one receive affection? Oh, is it necessary to be affectionate in your relationship? We are going to talk about it. There is a storyline that I have as well. We are going to talk about it as well. And somebody, you will share your views, you will share your ideas. I always say that wisdom is not in one person's head. There is something you know that I don't know. We got to share it. We got to bring it out and let us help our marriage, our relationship get better. Enjoy it and then relax to enjoy what we have. So tonight, just get yourself ready. Call somebody and let somebody tune in. Somebody share the broadcast right now. It's a live broadcast. Share it and let somebody be blessed. Let somebody receive. Let somebody spice up their relationship. They have been one way for too long, but the hour is now for us to learn something new, for us to go into something. This is one of my favorite songs, and somebody, we are getting into it right now. Enjoy it. Enjoy it whilst you get yourself ready. Enjoy it whilst you get yourself ready. Thank you.
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you off of your feet, will your mouth still remember the taste of my love? Will your eyes still smile from your cheeks? Darling, I will be loving you till we're 70. And baby, my heart could still fall as hard at 23. And I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways. Maybe just the touch of a hand. Well, me, I fall in love with you every single day. And I just wanna tell you I am. So honey, now take me into your loving arms.
Take me to your loving hands.
Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. thinking out loud. Maybe we found love right where we are. When my hair's all but gone and my memory fades, and the crowds don't remember my name. When my hands don't play the strings the same way, I know you will still love me the same. 'Cause honey, your soul could never grow old, it's evergreen. Baby, your smile's forever in my mind and memory. I'm thinking about how people fall in love in mysterious ways, and maybe it's all part of a plan. Well, I'll just keep on making the same mistakes, hoping that you'll understand. But baby, now take me into your loving arms.
Take me to your loving arms.
Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. So baby, now take me into your loving arms. Kiss me under the light of 1,000 stars. Oh, darling, place your head on my beating heart. I'm thinking out loud that maybe we found love right where we are. Well, maybe we found love right where we are. And we found love right where we are.
Yes, they have found love right where they are. But how do they sustain the love? How can we keep this love running and rolling? And tonight, that is why we are here on Bed of Roses. And somebody, it is your time to learn. It is your time to spice your relationship up. When we talk about bed, we talk about Bed of Roses. When we talk about roses, roses have got two distinct factors. One of it is the rose itself, which is very beautiful to behold. And somebody, I want you to know, on the same rose is a thorn, and the same row are thorns on the rose, but it is how you use it and how what you do with the rose that matters. Your relationship, some of you are enjoying the rose, some of you are just hating on the thorns, but today I want you to know that you can still learn, you can still make a change, you can still make amendments, and that is why we are talking on the subject affection in relationship. So when we say affection in relationship, what are we talking about? Do you know what it means? Do you know how you can give affection to somebody you claim you love or somebody that you associate with? And tonight, that is what we are all discussing. So if you are ready and you want to join us, somebody, you are joining us on GN Radio. Somebody, you can stream live, you can watch live on Facebook, and you can also listen at Sky TV 0185. Sky TV 0185. Your text messages, your questions, your contributions are much needed tonight because we are doing it together tonight. I want you to know that affection is needed everywhere. Affection is needed. Before I go into the discussion, or we go into the discussion, let me acknowledge a few people on Facebook. And somebody, whilst you are there, I want you to click the share button. Let somebody get this broadcast. Let somebody come to contribute. I thank God for every one of you that is there. Tonight, I see Angela. I say, good evening, mommy. Good evening to you, Angela. How are you doing? I bless the Lord for your life. And I see Sister Patience also saying, good evening, family. Good evening to you, Sister Patience. I have Kalama. Also, it said live from Pram Pram, Accra, Ghana. Oh, Ni, how are you doing? We thank God for your life. Alfred Boateng, you are also online. God bless you. Rebecca Owusu is live online. God bless you. Mami has also shared the stream. Mami, how are you doing? I thank God for your life. I see Sikaba also there. Say good evening, Rev. I thank God for your life. I see Prophetess Nicole also on the line. Woman of God, God bless you. To every one of you, those that are watching behind the scenes, God bless you. I see Darling J also on the line. Master, I salute. Me child salute. Anajui Yesu Dinimo. Nana Kosei Ventures also is with us. Nana, we bless the Lord for your life. And I see Felix Ajekumbako. Felix, how are you doing? I bless the Lord for your life. Daniel Kwei also is with us. Danny, how are you doing? This evening is going to be an amazing time on the discussion affection in relationship or affection in marriage. What is it all about? What is it all about? Angel A from Netherlands, you are also with us. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord impart into your life right now. Somebody, I just want you to get your facts and for you to get your questions ready, and let us enter into a time of discussion where we are sharing, where we are contributing, where we are doing it together. After this intro, we are entering into the discussion.
Bed of Roses Marriage Port is streaming now, so get connected. Get connected now. Bed of Roses Marriage Port is streaming now, so get connected. Tell a friend to tune in now.
I suggested tell a friend to tune in now, because we are rolling now. We are doing it now. We are discussing now. We are sharing now. And now is the moment. Now is the time. The curtain has been lifted up. Also, everybody gets yourself rolling. Let us enter into the discussion. Affection in relationship. What is affection to you? Or is it important? Is it needed? Or do you need it as a person, or do you don't need it? That is what we are going to talk about. Most couples in relationship don't feel wanted or are lacking affection. Some people are neglected. Some people think that, they have married the wrong person. Some people that, I made a mistake just because they are not feeling or they are not receiving what is expected for them to receive. So they have come to a conclusion that, they have made a mistake, or they are in the wrong hands. Or some of them are even thinking of filing for divorce, because if I cannot feel what I want to feel, then what is the point of being in that relationship? What is the point of relating to such a person? And most of people go for counseling just because of affection. And in many cases, I want you to know that it is a very serious problem that is going on. Some people are lacking it. Some people don't understand what they need to do. So because of this, there are many homes that are breaking down. There are many families that are being destroyed because of affection that is not being shown. So therefore tonight, what are your views? What can we do? How do we do it? How should one receive affection? If I'm in a marriage and I can't receive affection, what should I do? Do I pack my things and leave? Or can I do something about it? It is all what we are going to discuss tonight. I want every one of you, the studio lines, I'm going to give it to you now. Somebody, you may want to come on the line and also bring your discussion, also bring your definition of how you see affection should be. Or somebody you don't think is needed in these days, in this day age, you don't think affection should be allowed in any way. We want to hear your views. We want to know why you say what you say, or we want to know what is also eating you up. We want to hear from your side, from the women's side, from the men's side, from everybody's view. What is affection? What is affection? I'm going to give you the studio numbers now. The number to call is 0203 735 0203 735 8820. Somebody help me with the numbers on Facebook, or if you can hear me, whether you can hear me on anywhere, you can call in and then also contribute. 0203 735 8820, or you can also call this number 0203 286 0185 286 0185. What is affection? What is affection in relationship? If you want to text, you want to send your questions, your contributions, you can also send it on WhatsApp 079 41 35 3132 079 41 35 3132. Somebody, I want to hear your views. what at all is affection? What at all is affection? It's something that people are now lacking. It is causing havoc in relationship, or people are breaking marriage covenants because of that. So what is the value of it? How important is it? Do you know the true importance of affection? Or must you give it when you feel like, or must it be a daily thing, or must it be a monthly thing, or must it be a yearly thing? We are discussing now. The time is now. Somebody join in and we are discussing now. Tonight, I want you to come with your version, your views. You can put them on Facebook, wherever. I will read them as well. So when we are talking about affection, what at all is affection? What is the definition of affection? How can you identify this thing as affection? Or how can you say that the thing that I'm feeling in my body now is called affection? Or this what the man is showing me, or the woman is showing me, is affection? Then we have to come to a point of defining what affection is. So I can take you to the definition of affection. You may agree or disagree, but somebody you will want to come on the line. I think I've got a caller on the line. Let me pick this call and then hold on. Let me see. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. Good evening. Good evening. Who do I have on the line?
Bob.
Hello. Who do I have on the line?
Bob.
Pop. Okay. Pop, let's hear you. You are on live on GN Radio. We are discussing affection in relationship. What is your view? What do you want to say?
Shut up.
Okay, we thank every one of you this evening. I believe that you are ready. You are ready. You are ready. Let us roll. Let us do it now. Affection. When we talk about affection, what at all is affection? What at all is affection? And I take a definition from the dictionary. It's a feeling of likeness and care for someone. When you like someone, or you care for someone, or care for a thing, or it can be a thing and it can be a person. When you feel something for somebody, or you care for something, it's a tender attachment. It's a tender attachment. It's something that is soft. It's something that is feeling. It's something that the one at the receiving end has to feel something. It said it's fondness. When you are in love with somebody, when you like somebody, and you begin to do things just to make that person happy, just to make that person come to a point of knowing and feeling appreciated. That is the one definition of it. And I also say it must be a physical way of showing, a physical way. Somebody hear this. It must be what? Physical. So it must come to a point that when you say you are feeling something for someone, it's not just a word that we say, but it must what? You must show it physically. After the words is being pronounced, or after the words is being spoken, there must be an evidence of action that follows what you have already declared, that I feel something for you. And therefore you want to come to the point of showing the person how you feel it, or what you want to let the person know. So it is something that you must show by physicality, or by an action, not just a word. Also, how do I show this word? How do I show that which I have said, that I feel something for you? How do I show it? And tonight, that is what we are entering into. And I want you to know that anyone that has something for a person, if you feel something for a person, it's not something that you can hide. Let me tell you, feelings are not something that you can hide forever unless you are pretending it. If you feel something for somebody, sometimes you are afraid to show it or demonstrate it, but it's not something that you can hide it forever. It will definitely show one way or the other if it's truly true. If it's something that you really feel, then you will come to a point that you will demonstrate it one way or the other. It may be demonstrated through a touch that you want to stretch. When you see this person, you want to stretch forth your hands and touch this person and hold her, or hug her, or kiss her, or buy her something. There are so many ways for people to show affection. So when we come to this point of showing affection or showing love to our loved one, what do we do? How can we show it? Not just by words. So what is your way of showing affection? What would you say that this is the very way that we have to show affection? I have a lady that I've got a story that I said there is a story behind. This lady has been married for years now. She has been married for years. He said, I first married this man, or my husband, because of the affection the man showed me, the affection the man showed me. This man could buy me things, could buy me gifts, hold my hands, or he's there for me at all times that I needed him. Or unless I don't ask for anything, he is there to give. But now I don't feel it anymore. I don't feel it anymore. And when anytime I talk about it, he doesn't seem to be concerned about it. So therefore, I have to find a way of satisfying myself. This is from the lady. So I met another guy. Although she is married, she met another guy who was providing for her all these attributes that she needed from her marriage. So she was there drawn to this man. She was drawn to this man and began with this man doing things that she didn't want to do. By the time she realized she has come to a point of falling in love with this man, and the West went to the West where they began to do things that a married woman should not do. But he said, we had carnal knowledge of each other. We slept together. And then I have come to a place that I have even conceived. I am pregnant. But I don't know whether the pregnancy is for my husband or is for this new guy that I have found. But I am so prepared that I want to leave my husband and go in for this new man, because this new man makes me feel the way I want to feel. Or he appreciates me, he respects me, and so therefore I am ready to let my husband know and then go and follow this new man. Somebody, what will be your advice for this woman? Did she take the right move? Obviously, most of you will say no. Oh, because you are not feeling affection in your marriage, should it lead you to do what you have done? Also, somebody, what at all do you have to say concerning this? And what this woman is saying, that I am prepared to tell my husband, not just for him to forgive me, because I actually want to leave, because I don't feel belonging into the marriage anymore, because I don't feel love, I don't feel appreciated. He's not caring for me anymore. Although he can put money on the table, that is all he does, but I don't feel the affection anymore. So I think that I don't need to stay in the marriage. What are your views? What are your views? Somebody, you want to call the studio line and then bring your views. I have given the number. The number to call is 0203 735 8820, 0203 735 8820, or somebody you want to call 0203 286 0185. What should this woman do? Oh yes, she has done the despicable. What should she do? Should she leave the husband, or confront, tell the man, the new man, that I am a married woman and this is the reason why I came to you, and that I want to go back to my husband? What do you think this woman should do? Your views are needed tonight. What should the woman do? And before we get into it, I want to know, there is somebody who has just text something right now. I'm going to read, but you can send your comments and everything on the WhatsApp number, and I will take it on the WhatsApp number, or you can put it on Facebook and it will be read. So when we talk about affection, is affection that important to break a home? Is affection that important to lead a woman or a man to go and to have an affair? Is it something that is strong enough? Or although this woman says that the husband has been giving her chop money, somebody will say, or pocket money, or money for food. I don't know whether they have children or not, but she's saying that he can put money on the table, but that is not what I needed. I needed something more. I needed to feel like I belong in the marriage. I needed to feel important, because I am not feeling, I feel that this is not the right place for me. And because of that, I took matters in my own hands and began to do things to satisfy that cravings of mine. And the results I have at hand now is that I am pregnant. A pregnant woman who is pregnant, who does not know the biological father of that baby, whether it's my husband or whether it's the man that I have fallen in love with. So therefore, what would be your advice for this woman? If you are to advise this woman, what would be your advice for this woman? Would you say the woman should go back to the husband, or would you say the woman should not go back to the husband? And if you are the one to advise the husband, what would you say to the husband as well? Tonight, your time is now. You can come in with your comment, and I believe that is going to help so much. There is somebody, you are calling me from Canada, but you are calling me from my number. I cannot connect you on that. Please call the studio number. Any of the numbers will do. Let me put the mobile number for the studio there for you, so that you can call on that. It's 0778. If you want to call on that, 0778 790 793 793 99 9958. We thank you, and somebody you can call now. The studio lines are open for you to call and then give your explanation. What should the woman do before we enter into the discussion again? What do you think the woman should do? What do you think the woman should do? Somebody has brought a commenter. I need your comment as well. I need your contribution as well. I need your contribution as well. Should the woman make known to the husband, obviously, how does she go about it? Should she leave her marriage, and what should happen to this woman? What should happen to this woman? So somebody, what are your views? And this tonight, bring your views, let us share. This woman need an advice because she was not feeling the way she felt she should feel. She has done something that she's not supposed to do. What should she do? What should she do? I have a comment here that I'm going to read in 2 minutes. I'm going to read that, and somebody, you may want to bring yours as well. You may want to bring yours as well. Thank you, every one of you on the line. Thank you right now. Okay, let me say, Ajua is saying that, just a minute, let me read from her. The woman has broken a covenant. Okay, a minute. The woman has broken a covenant. I think that not being loved is something that we all feel in our marriage, but yet we still stay together with our husband, not making moves like she has made. So I think she has done the wrong thing, and therefore she should let somebody know and accompany her to see the husband to talk about it. Okay, this is from Ajua. This is Ajua's view that the woman has broken a covenant, or she's saying that in our marriages, in our relationship, we also feel this way, but we do not leave our husbands. We do not leave them to go and take something that we are not supposed to take. So this woman has truly broken a covenant, and therefore should look for someone, should see someone so that they will help her. What do you think this woman should do? We are discussing on the topic affection. Should lack of affection lead somebody to have an affair, or is it okay for a woman or a man who is not feeling what they need to feel in their marriage to divorce, to leave the relationship? Is there anything that they can do? Is there anything that they can do to amend the relationship or bring joy back into the relationship? What are your views? What are your views? I have got a caller on the line. Let me quickly pick it. Hello. Hello. Hello? Yes, there's somebody on the line. I'll pick your line. Your number ends with 474. Okay, I think I've lost the caller. Please do call back again. Please do call back again. What are your views? What are your views this evening? What do you think this woman should do? In 5 minutes, we are discussing this and we are going into the topic. What should the woman do? Can this woman come to a point of leaving the husband, or going to where she feel loved, she feel appreciated, she feels like, okay, this is the man for me now. This is the man for me now, because I have been talking to my husband, and then my husband is not helping me. See? Amen. He said God should, and Ben Dodu, he said, I am online watching. God should empower us in our discussion. Amen. Amen. So somebody, we need your advice, we need your intake. What should this woman do so that we can quickly let this woman know? We can quickly let this woman know. I believe that she's listening to us. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Yes. Good evening.
Hello. Good evening, Mummy. It's Angela.
Angela, how are you doing, Angie?
I'm blessed, thank you. I'm blessed.
Oh, thank you. Let us hear your view, Angela, sorry.
Okay. So I'm saying that the lady has made she's made a wrong move.
Made a wrong move. Okay.
She's definitely made a wrong move, and my advice to her would be that she needs to think very carefully, because she's not sure that this boyfriend of hers or whoever is acceptance of the child and herself. Moreover, she can't leave something that is unfinished, which is her husband. So she needs to go and discuss with her husband. Like somebody said before, go with somebody and discuss with her husband.
She go with somebody and discuss with her husband. So she has definitely done the wrong thing. Although she was not feeling love, she has done the wrong thing.
Then she should have voiced that opinion with her husband beforehand.
Okay. before to tell the husband that she was going in for an affair? Or is that what you mean? Or she's not feeling loved? Or
you speak to the husband and tell him, look, this is how I'm feeling. I'm not feeling loved. You know, what can we do to make it better? Or whichever way. But she didn't. She just went straight full head and just made a mess, basically.
Okay. So when we talk about affection, would you also help us that what do you think affection is? What do you think affection is? If you are giving your definition of affection, is it that important? What is affection at all?
Say that again, Mama.
When we are saying affection, we are discussing on the topic affection, and because of that, this woman has not feeling the affection that in her marriage has led her to do something that she's not supposed to do. So I am asking that, what is affection to you? If you are defining affection, what would you say it is? Is it important? Is it something that is needed? What would you say regarding affection?
It is. Affection is very much needed, especially for a woman.
For a woman, okay.
Especially, and for a man too. But women, we do tend to probably have self-doubt when we're not feeling that kind of love from our other half. So we do have self-doubt. But if it comes to that case, then again, you speak to the other half, you speak to your husband, or you speak to... There's nothing more sweet than you having communication with your partner. That's key. You need to have communication. If there's no communication, then it's just a dead work. You just be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. He's not moving, you're not moving. And that's how you get to people going their own separate ways because of a lack of communication.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That is Angela on the line. Is saying that you need to communicate as couples, as people that are in love. You need to communicate, because without you communicating, you make a mess up. You mess things up. Angela, are you still on the line? Have you landed so that we can?
I'm gonna put it down, but when I get home, I'll call back.
Okay. Thank you, Angela. We thank God for your life. God bless you. We all heard Angela's view. Ajua has also given her view. What is your view? We have just 5 minutes to finish this discussion and enter into the topic itself and discuss. I have Sister Patience on the line. Say, please give your contributions from a man's point if viewed. Okay, he said, please give your contribution from a man's point. If you are a man, what should you do? What would you do? And we have Sister Sandra Afra also said communication is vital and also seeks out for counseling. They should communicate and then she should go for counseling. The woman needs to go for counseling. We thank God for your life, Sister Sandra. Who else has got another opinion? What do you think this woman should do? What do you think this woman should do? Oh, what do you think this woman should do? We have 5 minutes more to go into this discussion. The woman has done something that she's not supposed to do because she was not feeling the love that she ought to feel. So what should she do? What should she do? Somebody, your views are much needed now. Somebody calling. I've got 5 minutes to discuss and then we enter into the topic itself. We are talking on the subject affection. Is affection very important? What is your definition of affection? Is it needed nowadays? Should somebody leave their marriage because of that? Should somebody have an affair because of that? How important is affection?
Love is all around me, and so the feeling grows. It's written on the wind, it's everywhere I go. Oh, yes it is. So if you really love me, come on and let it show.
Is made up by the way I feel. Somebody, you got 3 minutes more. We need your views. Okay, I have a comment here. This one is from John. This one is from John. It says, some of us men take women for granted. And sometimes we receive what we are not supposed to receive. The man should bear with it. Oh, okay. Okay, this is from John. This is a man saying that some men take women for granted and that they receive what they are not supposed to receive. So the man should bear with it. What are your views? This is what John is saying, that the man, some men takes women for granted and therefore they get what they deserve or what they do not deserve, whichever way. And so the man should learn to live with it. Is it? That is what John is saying. What are your views? This woman who is not feeling love in her relationship has done what she's not supposed to do. She has done what she's not supposed to do, or she has done something that she feels is okay for her, but it's going to lead to a breakdown of the marriage or a breakdown of covenant. She is pregnant without knowing the biological father, and for her to now, maybe a DNA test will be needed. Should you go and tell the husband? Should he tell the man? Who do the woman talk to first? Somebody, what is your view? We got 2 minutes more into this discussion, and then we are going to another topic. We are going to the topic itself, going into what we should do, what we are not supposed to do, how we can show affection. Also, somebody, we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
So if you really love me, love me, come on and let it show. Come on and let it show.
Okay, just as the song says, he said, come on, let it show. Let me feel what I feel. He said, I have made up my mind because of how I feel. So when you don't feel what you are supposed to feel, what will happen to you? When you are in a marriage that you are not feeling accepted, or you are not feeling the care, the love that you need, what would be your take? What would you do? Would you leave? Would you stay there? Would you amend it? What would be your take? But tonight we are discussing on the topic affection. What is affection at all? Is this that's important that somebody should break a marriage because of that? We have got a lady who has come with her issue that we are discussing. He said, because I was not feeling what I appreciated, I don't feel the care, I don't feel the need in my family, I also step out to seek another man, and because of that I am pregnant and I don't know, because I think that she was sleeping with both men at the same time and does not know whether it's the husband or is the wife. So whether it's the husband or is the man that she met. So now what should I do with this pregnancy? We will hold on to that discussion with somebody. If you want to come along the line and say something about it, it's fine. But now we are entering into the topic. We are discussing affection in relationship. Somebody, I want you to know that it's just something that is very, very important, and many relationships are suffering from it. Many people are dying quietly in that, and some people have taken the matters into their own hands, doing what they are not supposed to do. And such matter is what we have listened to this evening. And this is what we are saying, that if you are in a relationship and things are not going the way it is supposed to go, then first thing you have to do, as people are saying that communication is vital, you need to sit down with your spouse, you need to sit down with your man, you need to sit down with your wife, your husband, and talk about it, talk about the issue. Please don't decide on your own to do anything that you shouldn't do. But the first step for you to do is to talk about it and let your partner or your husband know how you feel and how things are not going right. Discuss about it and and then put measures that will bring affection back into the relationship. So now we are saying that I have defined what affection is, and I said that it is not just a word. It is not just verbal. It's something that you must act on. When you tell somebody you feel something for them, it must show. You must do things to show. You must do things in appreciation to that the person will know that your words that you have spoken is something that you meant it. It's something that you meant it by your actions. So don't just tell somebody that I love you and just leave it hanging like that. You must show affection to that person. And I want you to know that every relationship needs affection. Every relationship needs affection. It can be it can be a sexual relationship, which is the eros love, or it can be the agape love, or it can be the eros love, or the filial love, which is the brother's love. Every relationship that we find ourselves in needs an affection, one way or the other. You need to show the person that you are related to that you care. You need to show that person that you are there for them. So you cannot be just one-sided, just for yourself or what you need or what you want alone, but you also must contribute. You must also bring something on the table. So because of this lack of affection these days, that people have become self-projected. They project themselves first than the other party. Then now it's all about me. You have to care about me. But I want you to know that when we are talking about love has not got anything to do with the person. Somebody hear me? But the other party. Let's say a husband and wife. The wife should be thinking about the husband, and the husband should also be thinking about the wife. So whilst you are thinking about me, I'm also thinking about you. Whilst you are thinking about my needs, I'm also thinking about your needs. At the end of the day, every needs are being met because we work hand in hand. I am thinking to make you feel good. I am thinking for you to feel loved. I am thinking that I will meet your needs, and you are also doing that for me as well. By the end of the day, nobody feel unloved because we are taking care of each other. But when you come into a relationship and it becomes one-sided, one person thinks that, okay, I am the head, and therefore all respect must be accorded to me and me alone. I must eat the best meat in the home, or I must have everything, the good one must come to me. But as for you, the women don't matter, or the men don't matter, so therefore you should be the second party. No, it is not so in a relationship. When you come to a marriage covenant, or you say I do to somebody, or you promise somebody's love, then you begin to take care of each other. You begin to take care of each other. I want you to know that affection is something that is needed these days, or especially in the time that we are in, where things are happening everywhere. Somebody needs affirmation of love. Somebody needs somebody to be there for them. He needs to know that, okay, the man that I am in love with is there for me. Or when something is happening to me, that I will not think that I am all by myself, that I will not think that there is nobody to call on or nobody to rely on, but my husband is there for me. How can you have a wife, or how can you have a woman that when you are in need or you are in want, that person does not feel it, that person cannot see it, that person cannot be there for you? What is the essence of being together? The essence of being together is companionship, that we relate to one another, we share what we have. So therefore, if I cannot share my feelings with you, or share what I have with you, then what is the essence of being in that relationship? What is the essence of proclaiming love for me when you cannot show it, when you cannot give, when the need arise? So now today I want you to know that lack of affection is affecting many marriages now. Lack of affection is affecting many marriages, and some people have turned it to be a prayer point and they are praying it, or some people are going for counseling for that. Some people are even fasting for that, when they should rather put measures down and begin to do what they are not doing now. Now what they are saying, some people see it as a spiritual problem when it's more of a physical thing. Somebody hear that? Now we have over spiritual things that are physical. Now we look into it and see that we see a demon in it. We look into it and we begin to project that it is your grandmother or somebody somewhere that is affecting your marriage, instead of you looking at yourself and see, what am I not doing, or what are the things that I am even overdoing that I shouldn't do, that has caused this relationship to come to this place. But rather we attribute it to somebody else. We attribute it to a spirit or something that somebody has done, our forefathers has done. But I want us to to come to a point that you begin to assess yourself individually. If you are married, if you are in a relationship, are you giving what you are supposed to give? Are you doing what you are supposed to do? Or are you there when you are being needed? Or you are always giving an excuse? I ought to do this. I have to be there. I have to be here. But not be there for the very one that you profess love to, the very one that you said you are going to spend the rest of your life with. You are not there for that person. How can you profess love when you are not affectionate towards that person? And tonight, this is what we are discussing. I have Angela on the line, and he's saying that she should come clean to the husband and see if it is possible to save the marriage. Okay, I believe that marriage must be saved. I believe that the marriage must be saved. I will come in with my verdict as well when we are concluding with this. I will also share my sister. Patience is saying that affection is needed in a relationship. Oh yes, lack of affection is affecting many marriages, and it is the breakdown of many marriages these days. It is not the demons. It is not the demons, because we are not standing for one another. We are not being there for one another. So I want you to know that when you don't feel it, you cannot act it. Some of the things that we do, some because you are with somebody and you don't feel their pain, or you don't feel their hurt, you don't feel their need, there is the probability for you to neglect them. There is the probability for you to think that it is not important and leave them to wallow in their own pain. But I want you to know that when you are relating with somebody, you must feel what they feel. Or somebody here that I say you must feel what they feel. If they are going through pain, you must let their pain touch your heart, that you be able to come to a point of giving to them, Amen. So now let us go into the discussion right now. I first of all will say that affection must be something that is ongoing. It must not be a one-day thing. Or when Valentine was here, everybody was saying Valentine, because it is a day to show love. So you want to show affection. Those that have not kissed before began to kiss. Those that have not hugged before began to hug. After that, what next? You kissed on Valentine's Day and that was all. And you gave a flower and you gave a gift on that day and that is it. It is done. It is finished. No, affection is something that must be ongoing. It must be ongoing in the relationship. It must be ongoing in the marriage. It must be seen daily. It must be seen weekly. It must be seen yearly. It is not something you do like Christmas, celebrating Christmas on 25th of December. No, it is something that your spouse or the one that you are related to must feel every day, that you are there for them one way or the other. When you fall short of it too, you come to a point of seeking for what? You ask for forgiveness. You don't make it a normal thing when you are not there for your wife or not there for your husband, and they tell you that, oh, I could not say at this point you were not there for me, and you think nothing is wrong and you leave it like that. No, when you fall short of it, you must come to a place of apologizing to your partner or to your spouse. The first thing that I said, that affection can be planned. Somebody hear that it can be planned. So just don't sit down and say that I want to feel it before I do it. Or sometimes the feeling will not come at all. So if you are waiting to feel before you do, then you may not do it at all, because we are in a society that the society is running fast and everything is running fast. So there is no time to somebody kiss and hold. So you will want to sit down and be thinking of, okay, how I want to pay the bills of my children or build a house and other things. In the other vein, whilst you are looking at that direction and not looking of bringing affection into your marriage, by the time you realize you have collapsed your own marriage, but you have built an earthly house, but your marriage is down. But I want us to know that affection can be planned. Affection can be planned. The first number one point that I want us to discuss, that you must know what is needed and give it. Somebody hear this. You must know what is needed and give it. When you enter a home that your wife or your husband is sitting quietly there, you just don't go and bring a cup of tea and give it to your wife, or a cup of coffee and give it to your husband. You must know what is needed and give it, unless you know that anytime your husband is quiet, he needs a cup of coffee, then you can offer it. But what you have to do is that you come to a place, that is where communication is very, very important. You may want to ask questions to know, what is going on? Why are you in this mood? What is happening? So that you may know what is actually going going on and give what is needed. Sometimes we just presume assumptions. I assume that, okay, when I come and my wife is sitting quietly, maybe I know that she's somebody who have got a chronic headache, so maybe it's headache. So you intend to, you'll be fine, and then you leave that person. Or you know that your husband is the quiet type, so anytime you even see him extra quiet, you just leave him in that mood. No, that is not right. You must come to a place of inquiry. You must come to a place of knowing, honey, today you don't feel too good. Oh, honey, you are not smiling the way you used to. Is everything okay? And then communicate with what? Your spouse. Communicate to their heart. And I believe that when you show concern or you draw closer to know what is eating them up, they will also open up to share with you their pain. They will also open up to share with you their hurt, so that they can also open up, okay, honey, this happened at work and I think I'm finding difficulty how to solve it. Then the two of you will sit down and plan how to solve it. Oh, I am hungry and I have not eaten. Oh, let me quickly fix you something. But you don't assume. Assumption in marriage is also killing a lot of marriage. Or you just quickly assume that, okay, the woman that the man, your husband brought to the house is your husband's concubine. You never knew that it was a cousin. You never knew that it was even an auntie. So you must come to a place of inquiry. Always communicate and communicate right. Ask questions so that you may be taught. Ask questions that you will know. Don't presume and assume that you know your husband. You know all about your husband. Here, I want you to know that people do change. The environment that we are in does change people. And therefore, you must also come to a point that you study your husband and study your wife, or study the one that you are in relationship with her. And anytime you see changes, you must ask. Anytime you see changes, you must inquire, and so that you will know what is going on, so that you may give what is needed. So there are people that are giving certain things that they think they are being affectionate, but you are not giving what is needed. You are not giving what is needed. The person needed you to hug them, and you come home and you see them sitting down and you put money on the table. Listen to this woman's story. Listen to this woman's story. He said the man was providing money, all right, but that is not what I needed. Maybe she was waiting for some cuddles, or she wants just a peg on her lips, so that he will know that my husband still find me attractive. But all these signs were not shown to her, so she felt that, okay, there is no need for me to be in that relationship, and begin to seek water, solace in someone's arms or somewhere else. So somebody, I want you to know that when you are in a relationship, open your eyes. When you are connected to somebody, open your eyes. Don't assume that you know everything about that person. So you see them moody, ask what is going on, how can I help? And therefore you are able to give what is needed, not what you want or what you feel like. Is different. Somebody hear that. What you want may not be what your partner wants, or what you feel is happening may be totally wrong, but you sometimes offer it anyway. And when it's not accepted, you said he is not appreciative of what I do, because you are not giving. If I want water, you can't bring me banku. If I want water, you can't bring me soft drink. That is not what I need. So you must know what you must know what is going on, and so that you be able to give what the affection that is needed. Or maybe it's just mere words, encouragement, or your husband has come from work and something has trouble. You need, honey, it will be okay. It is fine. Everything will turn for our good. Just words of encouragement would have done him good. And like he knows that my wife is standing with me, or somebody still believes in me, although they have a business that is not going on. You are there to assure them that it will work well, or you are doing right. Oh, in the near future, it will not be like this. But when you close your mind, or you close your eyes to what your husband or your wife is feeling, then you are not showing affection. You are not showing affection. Or when you begin to give your version of it, or you begin to give what you think, somebody in that sentence, you are not showing affection, because it's not what you feel, it is what the person need at that particular time. So I said that affection can be planned. You can plan it, and then you can show it. And then the other thing is that you must know what is needed, so that you can give it. So when the person wants banana, you don't go give the person something that the person does not need. Somebody, are you hearing me? When the person wants banana, you don't go and give them something else. So therefore, you must know what is needed. You must know what is needed. I think I've got a few comments on the line, which I am going to also pick as well. Ben has put something there. Let us read from Ben, and then I will go into the next point. Somebody, there is something important I want us to discuss, especially the third point. And so that somebody, you will come come through. Ben is saying that the answer to Reverend Doreen's discussion is the lady has not behaved well. She has broken trust and her new relationship will not progress anywhere. Okay, considering the nature of events leading to her breaking her marriage sacrament, I sincerely think she needs to apologize to the husband sincerely and move on to reflect, not even to consider the new relationship anymore, as it will definitely fail. Okay, this is from Ben. He's saying that the woman has not done well. For you that do not know, we had a storyline that we connect to the topic that we are discussing, affection. A woman who is not feeling the feelings of her marriage or the care or the love, the tender love that she needs, step out and went to have another relationship with another man. As a result, she is pregnant and does not know the father of the baby and doesn't know whether it's for the husband or it's for the boyfriend. And now he doesn't know. He said, I am ready to make it known to my husband to leave him and then enter into that new relationship, because she feels love in that relationship. So we are all helping with what you think should be done, what the woman did not do right, and so that we can all come to one conclusion and helping her to do the right thing considering the topic that we are discussing. And Angela is saying that she should have told the husband she was feeling lack of communication can lead to difficulties. Okay, we thank God for that. Some now people are responding to the woman, and the woman that he should have told the husband that I can't communicate with you well, and because of that it is leading to something else. So communication is very vital in relationship. You cannot tell me that you are with somebody in the house you love and you cannot communicate. It's a very dangerous sign, a sign that you don't want the marriage to progress. Sister Sandra is saying that in relationship we must all consider that there is no time limit on when it comes to your feelings. Okay, there is no time limit when it comes to your feelings. Talk about it as much as possible. Okay, this is from Sister Sandra, grandma young lady, is saying that when it comes to relationship, we must all consider that there is no time limit when it comes to your feelings. When it comes to your feelings, we should talk about it as much as possible. So don't feel something and be quiet about it. Share it. Or to those that we are saying, we are talking about affection right now, that you may also be going through something. Some of you, the woman or the man has been trying to get some question out of you, but you are still not, you don't want to talk. Oh, I don't want to talk. You don't want to talk. I mean, when the person also gets tired of asking, they leave you in your own state, and now you begin to say you don't care anymore. When the person opens up to you, you also open up to your wife or your spouse or the person that you are in relationship with, except you don't trust that person with that issue. But if you do, we must open up and talk about our feelings, just as Sister Sandra is saying. So therefore, we are continuing, and then somebody, let us go to the second point. I have a caller on the line. Hello.
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 Hello. It's Patience.
Sister Patience, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Talking about the lady, you see, Sister Sandra said in relationship we must all consider that there's no limit, there's no time limit on when it comes to our feelings. Yes, some men, they don't want to listen. When you start to, talk about things, they think like you are complaining, you are moaning, you are grumbling. That is why most women too don't talk.
Okay. So I believe the men, they are listening, that when women are talking, they think they are complaining.
Because, instead of sitting down and pick out what the lady is saying, they say, oh, you are complaining too much, you are moaning. So, it makes some of the women can't even open up. But it shouldn't be. Yeah, it shouldn't be. But, if you talk about it, you moan. If you don't talk about it, you're a problem. It makes the women, some of them, they don't even know where they stand with even their own spouses. And vice versa. It's not just the women alone, it's the men as well.
That is a very vital point you have raised, Sister Patience, because sometimes if I'm talking to a person who is always thinking that what I'm saying is not necessary, how then do I open up to talk to the person? Exactly. So we also have to open up. If you want to feel your partner to share the pain or the joy of your partner, then you must also open up. The men, Sister Patience is talking on behalf of the women, that most men do not listen. Most men do not listen, and because there is a type of the women that they nag.
Women too don't listen to the men, you see. But it's such a habit. If the foundation of the relationship is not solid, you see, because when people are in love, they overlook at a lot of things.
Because I hear the notion that they say love is blind, isn't it? Love is blind, so you must be blind.
Love shouldn't be blind. If you don't start from the foundation, you get it wrong along the way.
Okay, Sister Patience, you just stated that love shouldn't be blind. Why should love not be blind?
Because when if you say love is blind, you overlook at things that you have to address from the beginning. You see, like one of the things, you are so much in love, love is blind. And then when is the love, wears off your face, you think, oh, I should have done this. And because you haven't said that, it's going to be a problem for you to say it later. You see, so, whatever it is, if you want a solid relationship, companionship, a friendship, you need to be open. You need to be clear. You need to be honest. You need to be truthful, so that each of you, you know where you are coming from and where you stand. You see, it's a saying. People will say love is blind because it's a saying. But when you think about it, love shouldn't be blind.
Shouldn't be blind. Love rather should see and see clearer.
And see clearer, because it's not. It's a lifetime commitment. So there's people who have been in relationship for so long, life was blind. There are certain things that you said, the lady, she was getting affection from the other partner because the partner is buying, showing the affection that the husband can't give. But just listen to her. It's affection.
Now, I hear most ruling is against the woman because the woman has broken trust and he has broken
she has broken trust.
And then the sacrament and all that.
Yes, she has.
Which is okay. But whatever led to that, we are not also talking about it,
Yes,
whatever
because
led
there's going to be so many
that.
things. You see, women, when they get somebody showing them affection, listen to them. Listen to you. Us, we get, interested, and that will lead to something which it shouldn't be if it is not right.
Sister Patience, it's not even the matter of just women. Every human being is like that. If I get somebody who listens to me and appreciates me, I open up to that person. How then can a whole Samson in the Bible go and put his head on Delilah's lap? Doing what? Because Delilah was showing what? Affection. Delilah was showing affection to what? Samson. So some people may have their husbands and their wives, but they fail to show affection because I am married to you. So that is the end of it. No, that is the beginning of it for you to open up. So these are the things that we push other men out, other women out to seek other people. Look at, I say, a whole strong man. His head was laid on a woman who is demonic. And therefore, what happened to him? He was shaved. Because Delilah has to show him the affection that he's not getting from wherever he's supposed to get it. So let us come to that point and talk about it well. Yes, the woman didn't do well. I believe that she has broken trust. But what led to that? What led to that? So that is what we have to deal with, and that is what we must work at. So if this woman was saying that I have been saying it and he doesn't listen, and she stepped out, now she said, I am prepared. I am prepared to step out of the marriage and go to this new man. So therefore, as you are saying that some men or some women do not listen. So if you are in a relationship, please, let's learn to listen. Let's learn to come to a place that we listen to one another. And then, Sister Patience, you were talking about what Sister Sandra says, that in relationship, there is what? No limit to, there is no time. What was the... He said we must all consider that there is no time limit on when it comes to our what? feelings. No time limit when it comes to our feelings, and therefore we must talk about it. Yes, everybody must talk about what you feel, provided you trust your wife, provided you trust the man that you are with. You must talk about it. Okay, let us talk about. Benny said there is no excuse for whatsoever for her to do that. Yes, there is no excuse for whatsoever. Yes, it is wrong is wrong, right is right. We do that. It is very, very, very true. Ben, I stand with you on that. Wrong is wrong, right is right. We don't condone what is wrong. We don't appreciate what is wrong. We don't celebrate what is wrong. But for it not to repeat again is what we are looking into as well. So that now those that are also entering into new relationship or in marriages will take caution by this, that we not being able to be there or feel listen well could lead to the breakdown of what our relationship or communication or something else. We are not celebrating that the woman has done well. No, I will not even condone to that, because it is against the word of God. But what opened the door? We must deal with it, so that in the near future it shall not be repeated in anybody's marriage again, or people will learn from it, that even those that it has begun will know that no, I have to come to a point of doing something about it, so that it does not generate to this point, or it does not generate to what is not supposed to be. And that is what we are talking about as well. In as much as we are saying what she did is wrong, we are finding solutions also to what must be done, and so that it does not repeat itself again. And so I believe that we are all on the one page. Sister Angela is saying men are too reserved. Some men are too reserved. There are some men that are open. Likewise, some women are so also reserved. And sometimes people are coming from a background where they have been hurt, backgrounds that people have condemn them, so they have their reservations or their doubts in their mind. So it takes time for you to penetrate through them to get a question out of them. But as far as you are with someone that you are going to spend the rest of your life with, that you say you trust, you love, then I believe that there must be openness. There must be openness in every relationship. I believe so. Sister Patience, are you still there? Okay, I think Sister Patience is gone. So let us go to our next point. The studio lines are still open. Somebody you may want to call and contribute. It is allowed. The number to call is 0203-735-8820, 0203-735-8820, 0203-286-0185. Any of these numbers will come straight to the studio and your contribution will be listened to. Sister Sandra has also put something there. She said that most men withdraw from affection after saying I do. Okay, the men, I think today the women are speaking out, and then it's all direction is going to the men are reserved, the men are drawing back. So men, come out and speak for yourself as well. Sister Sandra said most men, they said what they withdraw from affection after they say I do. As soon as they have said I do, they have got you into their home. They forgot. He said the forgotten I do means forever and ever, or they have forgotten that I do means forever and ever. So you don't stop showing love, you don't stop showing care, you don't stop showing affection. God bless you, Sister Sandra. That is a vital point you have raised there. So men on the line, also come with your views. Why do you withdraw after you say I do? Why do you withdraw from the women? Why don't you show the affection that you used to show before you won them to yourself? Why are you not showing it anymore? Kofi Wiafi is also bringing his view. Kofi Wiafi is saying showing affection in relationship or marriage is important because it is the means by which people demonstrate that they do still care about each other. My God, that is beautiful. That is beauty. That is from Kofi Wiafe, right on Facebook. He's saying that showing affection to the person you are married to or in relationship is important because it is the means by which you demonstrate that you care or you still care about each other. So when you are not doing it, it means that you are writing a note for the woman or writing something for the woman to say, I don't care anymore, I don't need you anymore, I don't love you anymore. But although it is not in words, but it is in deeds, which is more dangerous than even your words. So somebody, let us come to a conclusion that we must show affection. We must show affection. So the first thing that we have spoken about is that knowing what is needed and give it. Knowing what is needed in every relationship, what is needed for your husband, what is needed for your wife, what is needed for your partner in the relationship, and give it. The next point that I also want to bring in for discussion is giving affection at the right time. giving affection at the right time. Some of people postpone affection. You see somebody needing your attention at that particular time, but you postpone it to another time. I am going to work when I come back. Let me go and visit my friend when I come back. By the time you come, something else has taken place in the heart of the woman or in the heart of the man, which is anger or which is grudges, because you could not at that time meet the person of their need. When they needed you at that time, affection must be met at the right time. So you don't tell me when I need you now, you don't postpone it to 2 months time. You don't tell me it's 3 months that I'm going to show you affection. But when I need you, you must come to a point that you meet me at the point of my need. And if there is any way you cannot meet me, then it must be discussed. It must be spoken of, but not just leave it as ajar. I don't feel like, let me go and do something. It means that you are telling your partner that, there is something that is more important than you, and that I must attend to that thing. So somebody, I want you to know, although we want to show affection, it must be shown at the right time, giving affection at the right time. So let me say that, okay, your wife has lost their parent or their mother or their father, or lost a sister, and that the person is in the mood of mourning, and that is the time that you are not there for the person, or you are not there for that lady, you are not there for that woman, or the person is sick in the hospital and you are not there, and you decided, let me travel, let me go and look for money, and then you leave the person by themselves, and then you go and come back. When the person is now okay, you come back to show affection to that person. What signal are you giving, and what message have you written down? So we must know that affection must be given at the right time, when it is needed. When it is needed. So you cannot show somebody affection when it's not needed. I'm not saying that don't show it at all, but there are times that affection is more needed and must be given. There are times that affection are more needed when the person is sick, when the person is going through difficulties, or when the person is confused, when the person has come to a place that they are worried. Now the other party must draw closer and show them love, must draw closer and help them to go through that dark part of their life, or that dark season of their life. But if you leave them at that time, or leave them to go through it, and then when they are okay, it is when you come and want to take from them. That is not affection. That is not allowed. That is not acceptable. So affection must be given at the right time. Or let us say that this woman in question that we are talking of, who has done what she's not supposed to do because of lack of affection. So let us see, at the time that she needed it, if the husband has responded to her, I believe that he would not have led her to go and do what she has done. Although what she has done is not right. It is not right. But affection must be given at the right time. Most people in relationship take other party for granted. You take them for granted. I'm feeling for you. Oh, let's do it next week. Oh, I'll do it tonight. I mean tonight. By the time you realize, the same person can tell the husband, honey, I feel for you tonight, or maybe send him a note or say something to them. Tonight I want to do. He said, yeah. I have a meeting. Let me go to that meeting and come. When I come, by the time you come, you are tired, and you be the one snoring on the bed. When you have promised that you will do something and you do not do, let me tell you, something else occupied the heart of your partner, which is what? Grief or sadness or grudges. That heart has been occupied by something. Anytime the heart is open for a need, that need must be fulfilled. If it is not, if you cannot meet that woman, you must talk about it, honey, because of that. Or let's do it that, so that she is what? She is aware. Don't leave her open and then shut her down without responding to her. So that is why I am saying that it is important for us to show affection at the right time. There are many couples that are postponing affection. Oh, wait, when I buy a car, I will show you affection. Wait, when I am rich, or when I get my money, I will show. No, you don't wait till you are rich before you show love. You can show love anyway. In the olden days, the love that they showed there was more beautiful than what we are seeing today. But then there was no something like abundance of money. They can sit under a tree and have some banana and then share together and laugh together, share some story together and enjoy that moment together. Or they are not waiting to buy a car before they smile. They are not waiting to buy a house for their wife or their husband before they smile. There are petty things that you can give or as a sign of showing what? Affection, which is your time, or such as a hug, such as a kiss to the the one that you love, and it must be given at the right time. Don't postpone affection. Also, so those that are postponing, let me do it this day, do it that day. By the time you realize that you have promised and never showed up, so the woman or the man begin to build up something in their head that they begin to shut down. They begin to shut their emotions away from you. Hear this. They begin to shut their emotions away from you. They begin to not bother about you anymore. They begin to find a substitute. They begin to find some substitutes. Some people attend to, you can have, some people watch TV all day, although their husbands are there, because there were moments that their needs were not attended to. So they find a substitute of a TV or a substitute of talking to a friend. And then before, so when they are feeling anything, they pick a phone and call that particular friend, and they can stay on the phone for 4 hours whilst their husband is home, or they can watch a movies whilst their wife is at home, and they are not attending to them because they have grown love for something else other than what? Their partner. They have grown love for a TV or a friend or soccer or something else other than the woman or the man that they live with. Because sometimes because of the postponement of affection, now they have been attached to the wrong things. And so therefore I want us to take note that we must not postpone affection. Affection must be given at the right time. Although affection is needed at all times, it must also be given at the right time, because as I said, there are times that affection are more needed than ever, and that time it must be met. That time the need must be fulfilled. Don't postpone it, because postponing it means that you want something else to take place or take over the heart of your lover or your wife or your partner in relationship. So let us note it and do well with that. And the third one that I want us to talk about, which will be a bit of controversy here, is giving affection even though it may cost you. You must give an affection. You must show affection. What am I talking about? We are in an era that, okay, now let's say that you are in your home with your wife, your husband. Now, yesterday, I was sitting down thinking about this disease that is going on, this disease that is on. So how are couples going to behave now? Are couples going to see your husband and not hug your husband? Are you going to see your wife and not kiss her? Are you going to see your wife and not shake hands with her? Oh, so how are people going to live in their homes now? How are people going to live with their husbands and the people they love right now? How are they going to live? Because now this disease is demanding that don't shake hands, don't hug, don't do these things. Also the family or the partners or people that are in relationship, that they are glued to each other. They are glued. There are some couples that they hold each other anytime. They hold hands at every given time, or they are fondling each other at every given time. That is their love. So now how do they handle themselves in these times where something else is demanding affection, something else is taking affection from one another? So how do we live? How do we show affection? How do we show affection? I don't know if somebody, you may want to bring your views on that. Or how do I show affection? I said affection must be given even though it may cost you. So you can't tell me, let's say that, oh, you have a wife. Yeah, you have a wife that, or let's say that your wife has been put in isolation. Your wife has been put in isolation because that person in the hospital, because that person is suffering from something or from a contagious disease. Would you say that because you don't want to be affected by that, you will leave your wife in that place without visiting your wife? Would you leave her just by herself there because of what is going on? What else can I do? What else can I do if my wife or my husband is in that condition? How can I show that person love and let the person know that I am still with them? I have not neglected them. That nothing will separate us. Nothing will separate us. If nothing will separate you, then how do you show affection even though when it's going to cost you? Oh, I need somebody to come and help us in that. What is your view on that? In this time what things are going on, they are saying that coronavirus is saying that we should not shake hands, we should not hug, we should not kiss, so that you and your wife at home, what would you do? Would you not hug? Would you not kiss? Or for how long is this going to be? Are you going to forgo what has been said and hold hands and kiss? How must this be handled? I believe that there is a time that this has to be clarified, that people may not come to a point that this will also turn into something that is going to break marriages, that is going to turn into that, oh, she neglected me, she neglected me. How can we handle ourselves, those that are in relationship in this moment, in this time? What is your view concerning that? Somebody, I need you to come with your view. What do you think must be done? What do you think must be done? Oh, I'm just going to give 1 minute. We've got about 20 minutes more to share our views. We've got 20 minutes more to share our views. Somebody, we need you to come with your view. How should somebody respond to what? Showing affection, although it may cost them? Should they go ahead? Should they refrain? How should they show affection? Or somebody, we need your voice on that.
I can face it again. Can't stop now. I've traveled so far to change this lonely life.
I've got a few comments here. I'm going to take it in a few minutes. Okay, somebody, what is your view on the third point that I have raised? How should we show affection although it may cost us? Enjoy this song whilst you get yourself and your question ready. At this moment,
I've gotta take a little time to think things over. I better read between the lines in case I need it when I'm older.
I need somebody to come through right now. If your husband, your wife is put in isolation, somebody let us discuss this one. If your wife or your husband is put in isolation, how can you show them affection? How can you show them affection? Although it may cost you, how can you show them affection? Would you leave them to themselves or you will attend to them? How would you show them affection? Looking at what is going on these days, looking at the disease that is around, in case some of you, maybe someone, God forbid, it happens that your husband or your wife is affected by it, would you leave them? Or how would you show affection? How would you still stand by them? Somebody, I need to hear from you. Do we have anyone with a view on the line?
I'm gonna take a little time to look around me. I've got nowhere left to hide. It looks like love has finally found me.
Oh.
In my
Somebody, what is your view? What is your view? Somebody, this is the song that is playing. I want to know what love is. I want you to show me. Everybody wants to feel love. Everybody wants to feel love. Everybody wants to know what love is. So you cannot profess love to somebody and just leave them like that. Or you must show it. Love must be demonstrable. Love must be seen. Love must be felt. So my last point is that, no, my third point, then we'll come to the final point, is that giving affection even when it costs you. Let us relate it to what is going on these days. Let us relate it to the sickness that is now. Let us take it that one of you or your partner or the one that you love is affected by this disease or sickness, and the person is being quarantined or the person is being isolated. Is okay. What would you do? Would you leave them by themselves? How are you going to show affection to that person? Because affection must be shown at all times. Affection must be shown at the right time. And I said that there are times that affection are more needed than before. This is a time of sickness, time of bereavement, time of joy, time of you must share affection with your partner, even when you don't feel like, even when it is not okay for you. So I need wisdom. I need somebody to come through. Somebody, what do you think somebody should do in case your husband or your wife is being quarantined or being kept in isolation? What would you do? Would you leave them all by themselves? What would wisdom do? Would you show them affection? How would you show them affection? And because the number 3 point is saying that give affection even though it may cost you, or even though it must cost you, or it will cost you. So therefore, what would you do? What would you do? Would you leave your husband? Would you leave your wife to be in that place by themselves? How are you going to show them love? How are you going to show them love? Whilst you are getting on, and before I will come to that, because I want us to clarify this, because I know that by this, as we are even experiencing it, many problems are going to rise if we do not come to the conclusion of solving this, or letting people know what they ought to do in this time, in the season that they are in. How can I show affection? Some people are going to refrain. Some people, they are going to allow the fear of this sickness to even break their home. They are going to allow that, or even the coronavirus can simply break marriages, because some people are going to act on fear and not in love. They are going to act on fear, not in love. So therefore, the question has been thrown. If I have a partner that, or I have a husband or a wife that is is suffering from it, what can I do? How do I show affection to that person? Although the disease is demanding that I should not shake hands, or the disease is not demanding that I should not get close contact with the person, how can I do this? How can I do this? I want somebody to come with your version or what you think can be done, and then I put on the fourth point for every one of us. I have given the first point, the second point, and the third point. I want you to know that you should be able to identify affection killers. There are things that kills affection in relationship, and it is your duty that you identify them. Today I am just giving 4 points, and I've given that 4 points clearly. That the first one is that you must know what is needed and then give it. You must know what is needed. It means that you must not live in assumption when it comes to affection. You must not assume that she needs this and then go and give it, but you must know what is needed and give it, so that you give the right thing that is needed. And the second point that I said was that affection must be given at the right time. So when somebody needs an affection and attention, you don't postpone it and say that 1 month I'll do it this time or this time, but you must show affection. It must be given at the right time. And the third point, which we are standing on to discuss, and what we are discussing also, is that giving affection even though it may cost you, oh, what would you do? And the fourth point is that you must identify what affection killers in your marriage, in your relationship. There are things that are there to destroy affection in your life. So if you don't identify it and refrain from it, by the time you realize it's bringing problems in the marriage, by the time it's realized you are praying judgmental prayers, by the time you are realize you are blaming somebody for your own negligence, or by the time you realize you said a demon is destroying your marriage or your relationship, when because you have not been able to identify things that will destroy your marriage and refrain from it. So it is your duty to also know the things that will kill affection in your marriage, and pull away from it, and or put a block against it, that it will not enter into your marriage. What are such things? What are some of the things that kills affection in relationship? What are such things that kills affection in relationship? Sister Sandra has put something there for us. Let us quickly read it. It says affection becomes a habit when communication becomes number one priority in the relationship. It says that affection will become a habit when communication becomes a number one priority in the relationship, which is a beautiful point Sister Sandra has given her, or that when you communicate with one another, or not just any communication, but quality communication time, where everybody is not hiding anything, when you are being open and you are sharing the moment of intimacy. When we talk about intimacy, it is not just about sitting down to talk, but about knowing the in-depth of the person, or entering into the private most part of the person, which is their heart. Or when we are talking about intimacy, you give somebody the opportunity to enter into your private areas, or private areas that you will not give anybody the chance to go there, but you give that priority to your wife, you give that priority to your husband, so that you can share your feelings, you can share your emotions, you can share your thoughts, you can share your aspirations, you can share your fears, so that the relationship will grow. Because when I begin to know what you are afraid of, I will not bring that thing in the home so that I will scare you. Or when I know the things you do not like, I will not do it, or I will not do it to hurt you. So this must be discussed, this must be shared. And Sister Sandra is saying that affection will become a habit when you begin to communicate daily, when you make it a point that you talk about everything at every time with your spouse. Then you will begin to show affection for one another. So the main question stands today, as I am saying that, I say, if your husband or your wife, far from it, but we are just learning, is being quarantined or is being put in isolation, as the number 3 point, is saying that giving affection, although it may cost, what would you do? What would somebody do? Would you leave your husband because they have been quarantined, or would you go and show them affection? What would you do? I want somebody to come through for us, and then we are coming to the point of conclusion, where we are going to conclude the whole matter. The number 4 point, Sister Patience, if you are there, put it there for me. The 4th point is to identify affection killers killers, and pull away from it, so that you know that these are the things that will destroy affection in my relationship. What dishonesty is number one. Dishonesty is one area that kills affection completely. If you are in a marriage covenant, a relationship, and you are dishonest to your partner, somebody, you are closing the door to affection. You are closing your doors to intimacy. You are closing your door to share. So anyone that is in relationship, you must be honest. Dishonesty must not enter into your relationship. Somebody hear this. Dishonesty is the greatest door that kills affection. Oh, it is where everything hangs on. When you begin to lie, when you begin to say things that are not true, when you begin to hide things, when you begin to have secrets away from your wife, away from your husband, then you are saying that you want to draw apart. You want the two of you to grow apart, because that is exactly what dishonesty will bring, or what dishonesty will open before the two of you. So there are things that kills affection, and one of them is also what? Dishonesty. And another thing is lack of attention. Hear this. When you don't pay particular attention to the man you have, you don't pay attention to the woman you have, you are there in the home. Say, I'm not talking about your presence, I'm talking about attention. Some of you, you are present, but you are not paying attention. You are not paying attention to the woman's signals. You are not paying attention to the signs that is being shown to you, or the man is saying something non-verbally to you, but you are not paying attention, so you can't see. And when you begin to walk like that, you close the door to affection. You close the door to affection. So there are things that kills affection, and for that matter, we must look at it, we must watch it, and not allow it to enter into what? Our marriages or our relationship. So the number 3, what do you think must be done? Oh, I was thinking somebody will call the studio line and said, oh, this can be done, because somebody may be going through that, or somebody may have the time will come that somebody will go through that. We don't wish for something bad, but when it does, what should we do? How can I help my husband? How can I help my wife? How can I stand with them? How can I show them affection in the time when affection is being said that we should not show? How then can I reach out to the one that I love? Or will I do it? Should I do it? Shouldn't I do it? How should we do it? Somebody, I need somebody to come on the line, or somebody to write it there and tell us, how can somebody show affection in this season, or in this season that coronavirus is in, that you don't have to shake, you don't have to kiss or hug. I'm talking about couples, I'm talking about married people. How should they handle themselves? How should they handle themselves? Somebody, we need an advice. Or is there anybody on the line that will want to come through and give us in 3 minutes? If this can be solved, I'll be much grateful. And then we come to the conclusion of the woman's matter. The woman's matter, what must be said? Because I've got two other comments that have come in. So we read that and we all conclude. And so that if any one of us is going through that, anyone is coming to that point, that you will know what to do, that you don't fall in the same pot as this woman has fallen, or you don't become like the victim, like the man who says somebody is not playing around with the wife, but rather we will pay attention to certain things that we ought to pay attention to. So who is there and who is ready to let us know that love, what can love do? I say the number 3 point is that affection must be shown, although it may cost you. So how then do I show affection at this moment? How then do I show affection at this moment? Or somebody come through and let us do it. Come through and let us do it. I am waiting for a comment right now. In 2 minutes, I am waiting for somebody's comment. I'm waiting for somebody's comment right now. I'm waiting for somebody's comment right now. Thank you. Okay, we got 2 minutes more.
Hello.
Okay, hello.
Hello, sorry, can you please go back and say the number 4? Identify what?
Identify affection killers. Affection killers. and then pull away from it. Things that kills affection in relationship, identify them and pull away from it. The number one word is that dishonesty, and then lack of attention. I just mentioned two for now. So these are the two things. I thought you were going to give us the number 3, the question that I have asked.
Yeah. Number 3. Wow. You can't say because of that you pull away, you don't show love. There's different ways of showing love.
Showing love. I love that.
Different ways of showing love. I was married to my husband, disabled, for 20 years.
Wow.
20 years. So, he passed away 8 years. And the affection, the love we have, it is beyond. To be honest with you, since then I haven't seen somebody, if I meet somebody like that, but I pray that I will see, because it's communication, doing for each other. As you said, thinking about the other person all the time. What can you do to better them? What can you do to help them? Not yourself. See, and I had a ticket at the hospital. I'm always going to the hospital because to rush him to the hospital all the time. He got MRI. I didn't say that because he's got MRI. I can't show affection.
Okay, because Sister Patience, I know for sure that this coronavirus that is coming on, and this which is going, I know definitely is going to open room for many marriages, because lack of understanding. Many people are going to allow this to break their homes because I don't want to this. They are going to pull away. I don't want to do this because I don't want to be affected. Because of that, some people are going to act in fear, and for that matter, it's going to affect some relationship or some marriages. So I want us to clear that, so that somebody will have something to stand on, and that when it happens, or for now that some of them are thinking about it, what they ought to do. And I think that you have the perfect example for us, just as you are sharing. So I want you to share a little more into it, so that somebody may learn and know what to do, Sister Patience.
Well, the virus is there. Coronavirus is there. We know they are giving us a lot of information. You see, my people are perished for lack of knowledge. So if you understand what the virus is, how to go about it, your spouse might have that thing. You seek advice. That doesn't mean that because of that, the relationship or the marriage should break out. No. No, you have to seek advice, because this is the time your other partner needs you more.
This is the time. As I said, affection must be shown. There are times that affection are sometimes needed more. So that is not the time to refrain or pull out from it or give an excuse, but rather to be there for your partner, to be there for the one that you love. So these are the times that we are in, the season that we are in. That virus is everywhere. But would you say because of virus, you are not going to be there for your husband, you are not going to be there for your wife, you are not going to be there for whoever you profess love to? No, I believe some people are now going to even hide themselves from the people that they claim they love, because they don't want to affect the virus, and they don't know whether the person have it. There's going to raise a whole lot of issues. But now I want us to come to a point that if love must give, whether it will affect me or not, then we must come to a point and say that I was using an example that if your husband or your wife is being quarantined or being in isolation, what would you do? Would they leave that person all by themselves in the hospital? Would you go and visit? How would you show affection to them? I want somebody maybe come through, and then Sister Patience, on that note, if something like that happened and somebody comes to you for an advice, what would you say to that person?
You will still go. You should go and visit, because that is showing love. You see, showing your affection by taking care of the person. You go and visit. They've been quarantined. You might not go in physically to have contact with them, but you are there. You are there to visit, and that assures the person as well. It's assurance for the person. You see, so you can't say that because of that you can't visit, you have to leave the person. I'm telling you, even our presence heals. Our presence
heals so much. Yes, it's very, very
much. The person seeing you all the time, they have hope.
They have hope that it's going to get better.
It's going to get better, that they are not alone. Somebody love them. Somebody is there for them. Let me just use this also to share a little bit of an experience that I had with, but before that, let me read Sister Sandra's comment. He said, affection becomes, okay, she has put something. He said, by showing affection that will cause you is when you don't fancy sex, but your spouse is hungry for it. Okay. And then you did, your statement is incomplete. So if you can complete it, or you want to come call the studio line and then complete it. I know that I know you have said something, but I don't think that you have completed your statement. He said affection is that when that it will cause you. Affection is that that will cause you when you don't fancy sex, but your spouse is hungry for it. So Sister Sandra, if you can bring it in full sentence for me. I don't want to assume to say this is what you wanted to say, but if you can put it in a whole sentence for me, I'll be much grateful, and God bless you. I wanted to say that there was a woman in the church. This woman was somebody that was cleaning the janitors, was cleaning the toilet, and this woman had no child. She had no child, and this woman was treating the toilet as her child. She make it so neat that anytime I go there, I pray for this woman, and I thank God for her life. But she came to a point that she was sick and was kept in the hospital, and nobody knew about that. And for some time, I was looking for this woman until I met somebody in the bars and said to me, oh, do you know this particular woman? I said, yes. You know, I am a nurse, and they sent me to one particular place out of my zone, and I went to see this woman in that hospital, and she has been put in isolation. You know, so when she said that, I said, give me the hospital, this and go. When I got there, they told me that there is no way that we can allow you to go and see this woman due to her sickness. And I said, there must be a way that you can allow me to see her, because this is the time that she needs love. This is the time that she needs somebody to attend to her. So I say, even if you will get me something to cover from my head to toe, but for her to know that somebody came to see her, somebody was there, that is what I came to do. And so the people, they gave me all that I needed to keep me covered, and then I went to see this woman. I was going there once a week. Can you remember? For within a few weeks, 1 month, the person that they have put in isolation, thinking that sickness was going to kill her or that sickness was going to finish her, was taken out of isolation and brought to the main ward. Whatever it was, it vanished. Because somebody was there to hold her hand. Somebody was there to speak into her ears. Now, this woman has no child. Yeah, he has no child. So one of the doctors got there and he said, oh, is that your daughter? Before I could even say no, she quickly said yes. She quickly said yes. So the doctor said, why haven't you been there? Nobody has visited this woman. And I see now that she is getting better, because when I read her report, they said a visitation, and I can see that she has changed just because somebody was visiting her. The fact that nobody was there was deteriorating this woman, and she was dying in silence. What am I saying here? Yes, it has been said that this disease is it's contagious. But when you have got a partner or somebody you love suffering from it, don't leave them by themselves. Somebody, maybe a phone call every time, or maybe going to the hospital presenting something to them, but you may not even enter. The nurses will send it to them. Oh, your wife was here. Oh, this one was here. Shows that somebody is there showing affection. Oh, somebody cares about you. You are not leaving that person in the same condition. Or they're just saying that because I'll be affected by it, let that person be there all by themselves and no go to visit, no phone call, nothing at all. But let us show love. Let us show affection. Although it may cost you, make your way to that person. Let the person know that you still care. Even in the covenant that you are, it said for better, for worse. So why do we leave the person when it's getting worse? So we are just going ahead of time. We are not praying that it should happen to any couple. We are not praying that it should happen to anybody. But if that's happen, it is not the time to neglect your partner. It is not the time to run away. It is not the time to neglect them. But it's time for you to show love. It's time for you to put measures that will make that person know that you are there for them. You are still standing with them, so that they don't feel neglected. They don't feel a lack of affection alone can kill them. So let us also learn from this, that I said the number 3 point is that you must show affection, even though it may cost you. Even though it may cost you, you must still show it to your partner, to your loved one. That is what love is all about. That is what we are all looking for. Somebody that will go extra mile. Somebody that will stretch for us. When when nobody will do, but they will come extra and do it for us. That is what we call love. That is what we call everybody wants to fall into, everybody wants to receive. So please, if it happens like that, let us find measures that we can stand for the person and be there for the person and speak encouragement words to the person, not to leave the person to die by themselves and declare them dead, even dead when God has not declared them dead. So let us look into that matter as well. Sister Sandra, Sister Patience, you are still on the line, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me read, Sister, and then you can conclude for us, and then I think we will be finishing now. He said sex is more enjoyable when both couples are ready, but in some cases one may be tired and not in the mood for, but yet will sacrifice to satisfy the other party or the other person. Okay, that is another important. She's saying that to show affection, sometimes you don't feel for it. You don't feel for sexual intercourse. You don't feel for romance. You don't feel for kissing. But when your spouse, your husband, your wife feels for it, because you don't feel for it, you wouldn't say I won't do it. But you must neglect yourself and give it to the person that needs it or desires it at that time. That is when you are showing affection. This is from Sister Sandra. So he's saying that affection is when something will cost you, but you still give it anyway. Or such as those that are not ready for sex, those that have got low libido, but you are married to a man with a high libido, and because of that, you are saying every time you are giving an excuse, please don't give an excuse. If you excuse, if there is something for you to take so that it can boost your immune system or boost your sex drive, please take it so that you can match up to your husband. Even if you cannot match it fully, you can come halfway for him, but than neglecting the person all the time. And when we do this, it opens door for many things to happen. Sister Sandra is saying that some of you may be tired. The fact that you are tired doesn't mean you shouldn't do it at all. There are ways. Sister Patience said that there are many ways to show affection. The fact that you are tired and you can't do penetration doesn't mean you cannot romance. You can romance the person and let the person release himself and get some satisfaction. So there are other ways to go about things. Then let us not be selfish in the relationship that we are, but also think about it's not about you, but it's always about the other party. It's always about the one that you love, that you will show that person love, and the person will also show you love in return. In conclusion to that, we are coming to this woman, we are going to conclude. So Sister Patient, what is your final word to this woman who has done what she has done because she could not receive affection? What is your conclusion?
This is a difficult one for me because well, honestly, you have to pray about it first.
You have to pray about it first. Okay.
To know what to do, because pray about it, because then God will give you direction upon what to do. Because it might be that, as somebody has said, tell a friend you can trust or your family, so that family will go assist. Because there's a saying in our language that family makes marriage. Yes, they can, go with you and things like that. I don't really know that. Really, the wrong is wrong. She's wrong, but how to go about it? To be honest with you, I cannot 100% say this or that. You see, I can't say it.
Okay.
To be honest with you, yes. But I hope somebody come up and say something, because at the end of the day, it's an opinion.
It's an opinion. So we thank God for every one of you. Contributions has come, and then we are going to speak when you are in counseling. Let us say you are counseling two people. You don't speak to just one party. You speak to the both parties, because I believe that in every situation, everyone must have contributed to something to make it happen the way it happened. Although knowingly, unknowingly, we all do contribute. And in this case, I will first of all take the woman's case. Do the woman first. I will take the woman. feeling lack of affection is sad. When you are in a relationship, you are in a marriage, and you don't feel what you are supposed to feel, appreciated or accepted, it is very painful. It hurts. But as we said, and as it's been said, wrong is wrong. And then having a covenant must not be broken anyhow. So therefore, there was a need for you to communicate with your husband. And she made statement that she did, but the husband did not listen. So there was the need for a second approach, talking to somebody who your husband respects about that matter. If it was affecting you that much, you could have seek another opinion or somebody else to talk to him in that matter than you taking matters in your hands to go and do what you are not supposed to do. Oh yes, you think that this man now is giving you affection, which you are receiving. It may be true. It may be that this man is giving you the affection, all that you need. But I want you to know that the time that this man is giving you all the affection that you need. But the time is that you should come to a point, hear me, you should come to a point that you must let the truth be truth. Talk to your husband. Go to somebody and talk to your husband about it and apologize. Let your husband be the decider whether the marriage is going to go or not. And then apologize and do the right thing, because it is not right for you to say that because you don't feel the way you were supposed to feel, and therefore you are leaving the marriage. It is not allowed. And also to come to the man as well, to those that are not listening, to those that do not have a listening ear. You can be a woman, you can be a man, but you are in a relationship, you don't pay attention to your spouse, you don't listen to them. I want you to come to a point that everybody has got a need that needs to be fulfilled. It is not just about one party. Let us pay attention to our partners and then listen to them, so that we don't open doors which are not necessary in our marriage, which will in time to come and hurt the marriage. So everyone must play their part. Everyone must give in what they are supposed to give in. So on the part of both of them, the woman didn't do well, the man also didn't do well. We are not here to crown anybody as a winning party, but to look for what the right thing to do. So the woman, the first thing, all you need to do is consult somebody, and then go and talk to your husband about it, apologize, and let them come to the point of finding out what to do, and then go and do the test. If it is for your husband and he still want to be with you, to God be the glory. If he doesn't want to be with you and then he wants to divorce you, then we can see the next measure to take. But don't take matters into your hands. Taking matters into your hands, you have damaged so much things, and therefore we must put it right. We thank God for every one of you. My time is way up, and therefore I ought to go now. But next week I am coming your way with another powerful time. I have come with my guests and somebody. Let us also get ready for next week, and it's going to be wonderful. Well, thank you all for contributing. Sister Patience, every one of you. Sister Sandra, every one of you. Kofi, every one of you. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Enjoy your evening, and know that you must show affection at all times. Even whether it will cost you or it will not cost you, you must show affection. It is a bye-bye for now. I love you with the love of the living God. Take care and enjoy what God has given to you. God bless you. Bye-bye for now. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was interesting topic. God bless you. Bye.